Hello, and welcome to CopTubeAmerica.com, where we teach you the elements of criminal law. Hello, guys. We are on the other side of 50. Hasn't it not been a journey? Ooh. I'm doing the talking, but heck, you doing the listening. And we both are remembering to respect the elements of these laws. Which laws? The 100 most repeatedly broken laws in America, and I can't stress it enough. Do not do these things. Let's be friends until the day we both die and beyond, because we're working on a 6,000 volume library filled with information for everyone of every walk in this life. All ages, from 5 to 105, because yes, a 5-year-old can pull a trigger. Isn't it shocking? Before we had the internet, we didn't know these things existed. But now we do. People used to read books, and newspapers were a little slow. And they didn't tell us what was going on in Seattle, Washington. And didn't tell us what was going on down there in Florida, and in Texas, and Mississippi, and Nevada, and over there in North Dakota and South Dakota. Can't leave you out. And Oregon and Utah. Oh no, we didn't know before they hit cable TV all this stuff that's going on. Wow, they're breaking laws like crazy. Now you guys can watch programs and understand and know what you're talking about. Aren't you happy? Say, oh yes, teacher, we are so happy. All right, what are we on today? On the other side of 50. 51, trespassing. Yes, a lot of people, they get it. Especially people who drink. People who smoke weed. People in the gang banging. You get into things, you can trespass. What did it say about being on school property? There's trespassing signs everywhere. How dare someone ignore the sign and get on the property anyway? Or someone tells you, you can't go on that person's property. You can't do it. Why? Because it's called trespassing. What? I don't care about that. How dare you say something like that? You want somebody coming on your property? It's either yes or no. It could be, I don't care. I'm pretty much until it gets a little crazy now. I really don't care if people on my property. Okay? But they're on your property for a reason. Now I care. Find out the reason. All right? Who's allowed on your property? Oh, the water department, the gas department. Right. You have things of theirs that belong to them. Okay? Meters. Meters are for rent. All right? Can neighbors just walk onto your property? No, they can't without your permission. Now, if you're pretty much a free spirit and you're in the community and you don't mind, fine. But the reason why people don't want folks trespassing, especially at night, during the daytime where you're off to work, kids, because you will have a job one day, you will have an apartment one day. If you keep going on the right track, you will indeed have a house one day if you get into the housing market, or a condo, or a townhouse. People don't want folks trespassing because they could be breaking in to a person's home. Hello, do you live there? Excuse me. Do you live there? Are you a cousin? No. Well, why are you on that person's property? I'm breaking in. No, they're not going to say that, but that's what they're doing. Okay? Police show up. Excuse me, why are you on this property? Up to no good. Up to no good. So, trespassing helps us to identify what in the world is going on. Besides, people just don't want you walking on their property. They don't want you pitching tents, and they own 10,000 acres. They don't want you even on the edge of their property because they are going to be held responsible if something happens to you. Because you can come back and lie and say, well, they didn't say we couldn't. But I didn't say you could. I didn't know you were out there all those years. What are you talking about? Now somebody that got hurt and done died. I don't own those snakes. That's not my snake. See, Steve, folks get so happy. So don't nobody go on nobody's property. Don't go on buildings where signs are posted. We're going to address loitering. You'll be surprised how that law go down. And a lot of people got arrested over loitering, and they weren't loitering. Okay? Some people gotten arrested for trespassing, and they really weren't trespassing. All right? So, and then people, y'all just know how to be a little flexible. You know, if somebody running, trying to get help, somebody's, you know, be wise. You teens can really start right here. Because if you guys weren't learning this, you'd be in trouble. It'd be a pitfall. It would be a sense of like entrapment. Okay? Some form of it. And we don't want to do that to our Americans. Now, do we? No. We don't want to do that. Why would I get you on the reel? Bang! If I could get you on the reel, would I care about any way of lying, any way, shape, or form? Let me say it that way when it comes to lying. I don't need to lie. You did it. Sweet, tasty morsels of love. You did it. That is so much more rewarding to catch a person in the act or knowing that they did hurt someone. I had to effect the arrest so no one else will get hurt again. We are all officers. I'm representing officers now. Listen. Yes, it's my duty to arrest a person. Let's get into to see what they're talking about when it comes to trespassing. What did our justices say in their prim and proper cells? Love them. Okay? They're so serious. You know why? Because they don't want to miss a thing. They don't. All right? Listen, there are 5 elements. I've taught y'all what elements are. Y'all should have this down by now after 50 takes. You don't, we're going to have to talk. We're going to have to move you to another category. 1, an unlawful intrusion, or 2, invasion upon a property, or 3, intention of intrusion, 4, force, and 5, consequently, injury to a owner. Now, real simple. You can't go on people's property. It's noted to be an intrusion. Okay? On their property, on their privacy. Okay? Some people have all this land in their house sitting right in the middle of it. Don't go on that land. Leave them folk alone. The mailman just drops the mail here and go about his business. He don't ride all the way a few acres up to the house, drop the mail, and then go all the way back to the road. No. There's a mailbox, or they drop. Some people just don't want to be bothered. Okay? Some people are surrounded by livestock. Some people inherited the house that sits in the middle of all them acres of land. All right? We know they're back there. Some people just love land. They really do. So, understand that. All right? Listen. So, to go on their land would mean that you are intruding. And they are very nice. They got up a lot of signs. And they have fences. So, can you force, like number 4, can you force your way on to that land? No. You can't tear that fence down. That's their fence. They spend good money on that. Some people have electric fences, and you can't blame them because you touched the fence. They're allowed to put up an electric fence. They mean they don't want people on their property, and honey, there's just no way around it. All right? So, not even the intent of intrusion. Look up the word intent. Please do. Okay? Consequence, injury to an owner. You can't hurt, no way, shape, or form, the owner of the land. Not even a scrape or a scar. Not a punch. Don't even spit on them. Don't even look at them funny. Leave them alone. And if your houses are side by side, you're paying, as long as you don't break the law, you can live there, whoever's in that house, on a quarter of an acre, there sits a house. These houses, side by side, in close proximity. You own that. Nobody has a right. You don't have a right to just intrude on other people's property, and they don't have a right to intrude on yours. In the subject, this topic is over. Everybody understands that. All right. What is the penalty? 6 months upwards to 1 year for this crime. Penalty for trespassing, damages that occur in the cure will begin at, that's our ceremony, $1,000. And you're going to pay that cost of court. Cost of court is in every case. Did you hear me? So repeat after me. Cost of court is in every case. A conspiracy charge can be added to most crimes which increase or make double your sentence. Not cool. Leave other people's stuff alone. You have to trespass to steal. What else? You have to trespass to sell drugs. You have to trespass to pick up drugs. It didn't say the person had to have signs posted. That's just in generosity. Okay, in consideration. All right? I thought that's nice. You post a sign. You better not tread on government property. You see them signs? They mean it. Nobody's kidding you. Don't be no. I was just looking. Just being nosy. No. Then before you know, here come a police dog out of nowhere and bite your behind. Then what? I was just, and the dog got me. You're not supposed to be there anyway. You can't break the law because you have a nosiness about yourself. You wondering what's going on. Quit peeking. Quit being nebby. All right? Stop it. Ask. Then you'll be surprised. It may just be given unto you. Okay? Ask first. Can I come on and see what it looks like? Your property? It looks so pretty. They might say, oh, sure, come on. Hadn't had a visitor in 20 years. Can I see what your shop looks like? Like when I get off school? Ask them that. Can I see? I want to see what the inside of a car shop looks like. Where's your mom? Oh, she's at work. I walk from school. I walk past her every day. And you're just looking. This is a do not trespass. Do not solicit sign. And they mean it. They don't want to be bothered. Something wrong with that. Where do you get up in age? Some teenagers want to be bothered. That's because you're bored. Work on your careers. All right? I told y'all you lonely. Work on your career. Don't go do. And you just wander on somebody's property. I don't think so. All right? Stop. Don't put marijuana on somebody's property. Now and when you hit 18. And I mean it. This is going on a lot. The states, when they go to mow them grass down, all that marijuana along the highways. People plant it. All right now, y'all better stop. Because they got cameras now along the highways and see who come near to pick some good old cotton here my behind, trying to harvest that weed. Stop it. Let's move on to the next subject. Threatening a state witness. We know we don't do them things. Right, guys? Do we walk on people's property? No. If you get in somebody's car, are you trespassing? Let's go over this just one time. Unlawful intrusion or invasion upon a property. Did they say what the property was? Doesn't have to be land. Could be a house right off the highway. Concrete. Boom. Don't be in my house. Where's the rifle? Johnny, give me the rifle. I don't think this boy can hear. I know my daughter's beautiful. Do not come on my property. Go home. It's people trying to raise their children. It didn't say that it couldn't be a car or a house bus or a motorhome. Okay? You don't go where your little feet say, no, you're not supposed to be here. Does that make sense? If that heart go to racing, you done something you're not supposed to do. Some people do make the mistake, but let me tell you, all the officer going to say is get on about your business. Because they're not sure if you lying or not. People lie every day to police officers. We got to keep order. So, do me a favor. I don't care, because if you get shot, you had no business being on that person's property. They mistaking you as a... people always escape in these jails and prisons and run away from probation and parole. As soon as they get on parole, they are in the wind. And a lot of them like going to the Midwest and the West. And believe you me, down into Florida, all right, let's include that. Let me tell you this much. I try to stay away from Texas. But I'm going to tell you this much. Fugitives like going right along people's land. Sleeping in abandoned cars. That stuff. Everybody owns something. Nothing's here that people don't own outright. Somebody owns spit. DNA proves it. Don't take things that don't belong to you. Don't intrude on things that do not belong to you. I don't care if it's your own family. Ask permission. There's nothing wrong with asking. All right? And if they're never around, so what? They don't want to be found. And that happens in America a lot, and I'm so sorry to say. Because y'all, teens go from free, wee, hair blowing in the wind, like Beyonce. However, as soon as you turn 18, man, it's a lot of no's when you turn 18. And it's so sad. Okay? But you can't keep swinging off the chandeliers of life. Now, we can get some of this under control. Officers won't be so quick, I guarantee you, to arrest you if you truly made a mistake. The judges, we all work together as a team. And people lighten up, but can't break a felony. Okay? Trespassing is a misdemeanor. But still, a felony can occur on that land. You can die. Don't come on my land. You'll be like a deer in headlight. Johnny, did you hear that? Oh, Johnny. What? Did you hear that? Let's run! You right, you better run. Let's run! You right. Because old farmer in the dale. And all some time ago, pow! Hit one in the air. Everything go to run. He don't want deer on his land. He don't want an old possum or a bear inside his car. And people have a right to these things. You cannot want people to change their rules because you feel a certain way. You can't dream ownership of someone's land. You can't prey on someone's land. Leave people alone. If it's not for sale, and if it is for sale, go through the realtor. You cannot go into abandoned building. It's trespass. You cannot go on school grounds. It's trespass. I don't care if you're Michael Jordan. They love you. You got to check in with security. Show them your ID. All right? Please, follow the rules. You can't do what you want to do. You can't go to the White House. So what? You're a taxpayer. You can't walk on that property. It's trespassing. I don't care. You can't do what you want to do when you want to do it. Why? Because there's some crazies on this earth. And there are some deceitful people who will do some sly, cunning things here on this earth just to get to a son, a daughter, a document, a person. Okay, folks will kill people over land. They're fighting with their own families. So they don't want nobody come on that land. And trust you me, they don't want no contact with the outside world. They walk around their property. They make sure some of them don't have electricity. They don't feel like being bothered. It's just that simple. Or they got an attorney say, I want nobody on my land. This land belongs to me, period. And the only way they talk to you is through an attorney. Just leave it alone. Everybody go about your business. People were not born to get in other folks' business. You're not on a mission, guys. I told you. If he told you to do it, you better bring him to court. And if he told you to do it, you better bring him to court as well. Bring them both. Judges love to meet them because we have not seen, as an officer, I'm saved. Where's God? I keep hearing y'all as I'm putting the cuffs on. God did not tell you be somebody's nuisance, be a thorn in someone's side. Okay. Now listen now. You want to be doing 6 months to a year? 12 months in ain't cool. It's not. Now, let me say this much to those practicing Christianity and any type of other religion. It said to obey all laws. Did it not? Obey all the laws then. Even the laws that the Most High, more than the Most High, even though you look low, I don't care, or whatever religion you practice, because religion is big. That's why I'm mentioning it. I don't care what you do personally. It is what it is. But it says H1 tells you to respect. Respect. Now, how are you going to disrespect and then say you're a Christian or you're a Muslim? Something a little twisted about that. You can't follow some of the rules. You have to follow all the rules. Just like in basketball, football, baseball, hockey, soccer. All the rules, not some. And if you can't follow the rules out here in a free society, you will get arrested. You will get locked up or locked away. You will pay cost of court. You will pay fine. 1, 2, 3 strikes, you are out. And it takes 4 balls. Never mind. Come on, guys. Let's move to lesson number 52. My favorite number that I played when I played professional ball. Just a moment, honey. I was number 52. I love that number. Threatening the state's witness. That is the subject. Are you supposed to threaten people, guys? Don't lose your intelligence. If a person has an IQ of 70 and they know you're not supposed to threaten folk, then somebody with a higher IQ, think about that. You finish that sentence. All right, bye. Common sense, have it on you at all times. Cops gonna check your common sense.
The weight of my mistakes depends on how I feel. Don't let it bring you down. The weight of what I say depends on how you feel, but I don't want to bring you down, down, down.